What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Semblant. Yes, indeed, Semblant Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Java Devil, and Java Devil want to see me react to this song by Semblant called Purified. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Semblant, shocking, and the video has 267,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Semblant Purified official video. Wah, wah, wah.
Damn it.
Yeah, there's that word official coming off of their official page. Yes, indeed. Look, you know what I'm going to say, so I'm not going to say it. All I'm going to say is we're going to just wait and see what happens and hope for the best. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
That's how you finalize it. Okay, the chorus, without question, is the hook. The chorus is definitely the hook. Very well constructed from a chordal progression standpoint. Starting on the root, starting on the E, going down to the minor 6, going down to the 4, going down to the root, and then from the root going down to the minor 7 to transition back to the second half of the chorus where it just repeats, root, down to the 6, down to the 4, down to the root, and this time, the second time through, we don't go to the 7. That will finalize and let people know, let the listeners know, that's the end of the chorus. That's it. Okay, moving on to probably the verse. More than likely, we're going to go back into a verse here. Interesting. It's very well done, very well constructed, and they, for lack of a better word, I'm not saying this to be offensive to anybody. I mean, if you take offense to this, I'm not pointing any fingers or naming any names. So if you take offense to what I'm saying, that's on you, man. Sorry, but they made that chorus idiot-proof. They really did. I mean, there's no question. There's no question. By doing that movement from the root down to the 7 at the end of the first half, you felt that we were going to come back around and do it again. And they did. And at the end, without going to the 7 this time, they finalized it. They put the period at the end of the sentence, or the exclamation point, depending on how you want to look at it. But you know, wasn't it at the end of that sentence? A question mark. There was no question mark there at all. It was obvious. Very smart songwriting. Not so much from an intricacy standpoint or from an impressiveness standpoint, but just from a common sense standpoint. You'd be amazed how many songs are out there where, and I've heard a few of them on the channel, where common sense is lacking. It's like, okay, so you're doing the same chorus twice and there's absolutely no difference between the two. How do we know where it stops? Is there a third time through? We don't know. As a first-time listener, we don't know. Now, after you listen to it a few times, yeah, finally, yeah, you'll get it. You'll memorize the route. You'll memorize the roadmap. But on a first listen, how can you memorize a roadmap when you've never seen it? When you've never looked at it? This is your first time looking at it. How can you have it memorized already? You can't. So, smart. Very, very smart. Let's keep going here. Coming right out of the guitar solo into the chorus again. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on that. Sometimes when I'm listening to a song and it goes from the guitar solo straight into the chorus, sometimes it sounds good. Sometimes it makes sense. And there are other times where it feels lacking. It feels hollow. It would have been nice to have maybe some kind of a bridge coming out of the guitar solo. Maybe like a 6 to the 7 to the root, coming back down to the 6, to the 4, to the 5. Something like that. And then chorus. I mean, it could be something very, very simple. I don't know. I have mixed feelings. On this song in particular, I do feel like the opportunity was missed to have a bridge in there to really help kind of separate guitar solo, chorus with this bridge in the middle, and really maybe even help build the anticipation out of the guitar solo and build that anticipation up and up and up into the chorus. Because we know the chorus is how they're going to end. We know this is going to be the ending, right? That's pretty stereotypical. So we can feel it coming. And by having that bridge in there, it really would have helped, I think, as far as the overall grandeur of the song. Then again, there is something to be said for trimming the fat and keeping things short and sweet. So, I don't know. I guess it's down to personal taste. Me personally, I would have liked to have had a bridge there. I think it would have made sense. So, anyway, let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Let me back up a little bit here. Yeah. Ending was pretty much exactly what I was expecting. Really? Yes. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for that little tag. Little self-promotion there. Overall, it's good. It's good. I have no problem with the song as a whole. There were certain things I liked more than others, obviously, but I will be in the positives. I guarantee you we're going to be in the positives. How much in the positives? I don't know. I'm not sure about that part. We could be looking at 6s. We could be looking at 7s. We could be looking at 8s. I have to think about this. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Semblant with Purified. This was a request from Java Devil. Okay, thought about it. There's not a lot to talk about, so we may have a pretty short review here. I guess we'll have to just wait and see how it goes, though. You know me. Sometimes I'll go off on that tangent. Next thing you know, we're here for 20 minutes. I'm going to try not to do that, but no promises. Let's see. Let's start with the score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.3. Yep, 7.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.3. What does that mean? Well, a 7.3 will translate to a really good scale rating, so I think overall this is a really good song. It would get 4 to 5 stars, and it would get a B letter grade. So there you go, a 7.3, really good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. As a whole, the song is solid. The song is absolutely solid. I got no issue with the song other than the missing of the bridge. But even that is just personal taste when you really come down to it. I mean, personally, do I feel like there was an opportunity missed there to build up some more anticipation, to have more of an emotional buildup between the guitar solo and the chorus? The chorus being the hook of the song. Yes, I do feel like that was missed, personally, okay? Now, there can also be the argument of trimming the fat. You know, let's get rid of what is not needed and let's keep this focused on what is needed. And let's look at the song. Was everything in that song that we just heard, was it all needed? The intro. Yeah, to help build up. Yeah, absolutely. The main riff leading into the chorus, needed. I'm not the chorus, the verse, I'm sorry. The main riff leading into the verse, yes, especially considering the fact that they both mirror each other. The chorus, the hook, obviously needed. The breakdown before the guitar solo, was that needed? I'm gonna say yes. Something. They needed to have some separation. Going from, okay, if we had gone chorus into guitar solo into chorus, I personally think, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me on this, if that had happened, the song would have felt rushed. The song would have felt compressed. And I'm not talking about from an engineering standpoint, I'm talking about from a let's squish everything together in as little amount of time as possible and let's make this as short as possible. I would have had a gripe. Either have the breakdown or have a bridge, something. But if you go chorus, guitar solo, chorus, it's gonna feel cheap. It's gonna feel, I mean, you know what's really gonna suffer in the long run? The guitar solo is gonna feel cheated. Because there was no buildup. There was no buildup before, there was no buildup after. There was no anticipation before, there was no release after. It needs something. And if they had gotten rid of the breakdown and not had a bridge, guitar solo, I'm sorry, I think it would have been felt. I think the guitar solo would have felt cheated. So having that breakdown, yes, I do believe it was necessary. Good amount of time. I like what they did with the layouts, letting the piano just kind of caress us into it, you know, just let it carry us over. And then you had those accents, those attacks right in the middle of it, which really helped continue to drive us forward. I like that. And I think the breakdown was a smart approach. Guitar solo, well executed, no problem with that whatsoever. Coming out, I've already talked about this at length. I'm just gonna say I wish there had been a bridge, but you know.
You can't always get what you want.
But going out of the solo into the chorus makes sense. It does make sense, obviously. I would not have put another verse in there, obviously. Ending with the chorus, I like that. I definitely like that. They didn't go back to the intro. Now, normally I'm a big fan of finishing how you begin and starting with the end in mind. I'm usually a big fan of that. Looking at the intro though, what they did with the intro, with the digital, if they had ended that way, I would have felt like it was anticlimactic. I would have felt like, okay, we're going back to the beginning just for the sake of going back to the beginning. The beginning, the intro had a very specific sound. It had a very specific direction. Putting that at the end, no, that's not gonna work. It's gonna sound very awkward when the song just suddenly ends. You know what I mean? It's gonna sound weird. Having what they did, going out of the chorus riff and ending on that chord, rhythmically following the same rhythmic pattern, but staying on the E. I think that was a good call. And then ending on the sustained chord, letting it decay. Makes perfect sense. Now, overall, I think it's a really good job from the songwriting standpoint. Instrumentally, it sounded just fine to me. Guitars sounded really nice. Bass sounded good. I could hear the bass clear as day in the mix. The drumming sounded really good. Loved some of the fill work that he was doing. Doing some really nice transitional fills, especially coming out of, I believe it was the first or second, I think it was the second verse, maybe, into the chorus. Loved that fill. It was a little elongated, and I think it might have been the first verse into the first chorus, but he had a really nice elongated fill to transition, and it was tight. It was really, really tight. Vocally, I liked this one a little bit better than the last one, just a little bit. Not as much emphasis on the grit and growl, and more on the melodic singing from the male vocal. In the chorus, they were doubling up both vocals to create a 4-part vocal line. You had 3 melodic voices, 2 from her, 1 from him on the bottom, and then you had a grit and growl vocal from him as well underneath to really fill out and make the vocal sound really thick. I like that. I like that approach. It's an easy thing to do, really simple, easy thing to do, and you don't have to rely on other vocalists coming in. Now, here's the question: okay, first of all, I don't know if they play the song live. If they do, how do they cover that? Track? Probably, more than likely. I don't know if any of the musicians do backing vocals or not. I have no idea. More than likely they use track, and that's fine, no problem, as long as they sing in tune with it. Then there's no problems there. Now, overall, I think it's a really good song. And like I said, my only personal gripe was the lack of a bridge. But I mean, other than that, everything else about the song was just fine. So 7.3, I feel good with that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 7.3, which is a really good skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.